Hi everyone, I'm Dave Ritter, CEO of the Penta Global Blockchain Foundation. So we had a community member recommend to us that we start doing our weekly reports in video form, just so that people can see us and know that we're working on the project, and we thought that's a great idea. So starting today August 20th, 2018, we will be providing videos to you every week on the weekly progress of the Penta blockchain. And so I am excited to be sitting here today in our San Francisco office and bringing these details to you. We will also be sending them out, as we have been every week since we started building the blockchain. We will be sending them out in written form to the community in English, Chinese, and other languages. I believe we have a version in Korean, and we will continue to send out in more and more languages. And let me invite you, members of our community, to help us with those translations. So that being said, let me start by doing a brief recap of the week before, since we didn't have that on video. I'm using my computer here, so I'm going to pull this up. And you can see the temperature today. I'm wearing my hoodie. It's pretty cold in San Francisco, 14 degrees Celsius for you Celsius people, and otherwise it's in the 50s for those of us that use Fahrenheit, which doesn't make any sense, but maybe we'll be putting the metric system onto the blockchain soon enough. So this is a look at our weekly progress report from the 6th of August to the 12th. I'm not going to talk about the technical part here because most of that stuff will be discussed in this week's report, but I wanted to talk about some of our marketing activities. Now, last week I had the honor of signing an MOU with Runway. Runway is one of the best known and has been around for a long time co-working spaces in San Francisco. It's in the Twitter building, and we signed an MOU with them regarding blockchain. So they are active in the blockchain space, have several blockchain projects that have desks or offices working out of Runway, including Penta at one point had a desk at Runway. They have a fantastic team at Runway. I love the people there. And so they have an event called Blockchain Prize that we are going to be participating in. And in addition to that, we are hoping to work with Runway to find new projects that are developing decentralized applications, which may be interested in launching on the Penta blockchain. So stay tuned for more about our relationship with Runway. I think there's going to be some interesting things coming up. The other thing I wanted to draw your attention to is that last week I participated in an AMA, that's an Ask Me Anything interview, with our friends and partners in Korea, The Signature. They hosted this event on their Kakao chat, and you can see here that we did a really generous airdrop with them. So I just wanted to let everybody know about that. You can see different ways to get in touch with us down here. Now, for those of you out in our community who are interested in hosting an AMA, let me just tell you that we are open to participating in AMAs with you too, so that your community members and the larger Penta community can have an opportunity to ask questions and to learn more about our project. So that was just a quick recap of the week before. Let me pull up what we've been doing this week, and there's actually some big news. So before we get to the big news, I'll leave you with a little bit of suspense. Let me just tell you about some of the technical progress that our tech team has been making. So we are mostly done with our P2P network module. We are still working on the updates to this, but this is really exciting, and we are publishing information on this on our official Medium account, and we'll be releasing more information to the community. We've made some advancements in our Penta chain governance structure. I encourage you all to look at this. This is unique and different from other projects. Our PC wallet is coming along nicely, and we are translating APIs for that. We're about 75% complete with the Penta blockchain browser, so you can see some of the details there. I'm just briefly touching on these things because I don't want to spend too much time going into the details. Now, before I move on to the marketing activities, just to talk about something that we published recently on the technical side, which was about the account management system that we're using at Penta. And we've seen that there have been lots of advancements in the account management systems on other platforms. We believe that Penta is representing the best industry standards for a next generation blockchain. What do I mean by that? Well, when you design an account management system, we want to make sure that it is user-friendly, secure, and that it is forgiving in the sense that if you lose one of your keys, you're not going to be unable to reclaim your funds, which is a problem that a lot of people have experienced in Generation 1 blockchain platforms. So in the Penta system, and as I mentioned, we published this, so I encourage you all to check out our official Medium account. Monsieur Arnaud Bauer, who works for our tech team, is the author of the publication, and will continue to bring information to the community through our Medium account. So we have 4 different keys. Let me just give you a brief overview. We have the transaction key, there's an owner key, we have a seed key that is related to the block production process, and a key that's used in consensus. So 4 different keys. It sounds a little bit complicated, but the way that we make it user-friendly is they can all be managed by one key, and that is the owner key. The owner key can be thought of as the master key. So I think what you'll find with the Penta network, as opposed to other networks, is that we've really taken that user experience to the next level, because we have the end user in mind. So we want developers that don't have a lot of experience in blockchain to feel comfortable deploying their dApps on the Penta blockchain, and we want users who aren't technically savvy to be able to have a very good user experience with the Penta blockchain. User experience is an important next step as we push blockchain towards mass adoption. Other than that, as I mentioned, we are translating APIs, and I know that there has been some people in our community who have been concerned because we haven't released a lot of code or any code on GitHub yet. We are planning to do that. This is an open source project. We will be publishing all of our code on GitHub. So let me be clear about that. We're just waiting for the right moment till our code is mature enough and ready enough to put out there and have everybody look at it. So on that subject, we are currently translating APIs, and the technical documentation for that we are going to start publishing on GitHub in the next few weeks. So check that space. I will be talking about it here in our weekly roundup and let you know when we start to publish on GitHub. And as soon as we do, please take a look at what we're publishing, share your thoughts. This is a process, and we want to be engaged. We want our community to engage with us in the process. Blockchain is all about that. So without further ado, let me pull up the rest of the weekly report for this week, and let's look at the marketing activities. Now, the big announcement. Many of you probably saw this. This has gone out on all kinds of publications. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so you can't see my head bouncing around in the background. This has gone out on all kinds of publications. It was published on Yahoo Finance News. It was published in Australian news. It was published in Chinese news. So the big news is that Penta Global became the first blockchain project to successfully use a token to purchase shares of a publicly listed company. And the name of that company is CCP Technologies. It is listed on the Australian Security Exchange, ASX. Now, for those of you who are thinking, wait a minute, I heard about a Bitcoin purchase of shares. Yes, there was previously a project in which Bitcoin purchased shares of a publicly listed company, but this is the first time that a token has been used to successfully do that. And this is really important, guys. I want to really emphasize the importance of this because the ASX regulatory body, they vetted this application to purchase these shares using the token and approved it. So we went through a typical securities process in Australia and submitted all documentation to the relevant regulatory bodies, and it was approved. So this means that the Australian government has approved the purchase of shares on their main board, the ASX, using a token. And so Penta is now one of the largest shareholders of CCP. And we didn't just do this because we wanted to prove that it could be done. We did this because CCP Technologies is a really cool company. They are an Internet of Things, IoT platform. So they develop IoT solutions and deploy them across various industry sectors. One of their target sectors is the food industry, which has a lot of synergy with Penta. As you know, we have previously deployed a supply chain project called blockchain using blockchain technology. And so we are looking at opportunities to do IoT blockchain integrated solutions that can be sent out and applied to the real world. So here is some more information on that. This is our perfect match with CCP. We did this little poster. This is the one that we sent out in China. And I'm just going to show you my Twitter post. Oops, where is it? There we go. Here's my Twitter post. And I posted this on, let's see, the 16th of August. Now, we actually closed the deal back in July. The announcement was made by CCP Technologies to the ASX on July 16th, I think, so exactly a month ago. At the time, it was a really bad moment, as we all know, in the crypto markets to be releasing good news. And we didn't want to put this good news on the market at a really bad time. So we waited for the market to start looking a little bit better. And then we felt the time was right to share this. But of course, the information was already made public through the ASX. Here's a picture of me signing the deal with a representative of First Growth Funds, FGF, who led the investment into CCP Technologies. So going forward, Penta is excited about developing IoT blockchain integrated technology solutions with CCP for partners in Australia, Asia, North America, where CCP is currently active, and in future markets. Now, I want to stress that this is also part of our growth strategy, which we are currently calling our enterprise community, where we're trying to bring enterprise partners, small, medium, and large businesses from all over the world together into the Penta ecosystem. Penta is not just a public blockchain, although that is the most important part probably of the Penta Network project, but we also have permission chains. And as many of you know, we have deployed a lot of successful permission chains in the past for financial credit services, to waste management, to food supply chain. And we look forward to continuing to provide blockchain as a solution services to our enterprise community. And CCP Technologies, our strategic investment in CCP, is a part of that growth strategy. So that was the big news. And I really think that this investment, let me bring my face back. I really think this investment in CCP Technologies is the beginning of a new phase in the digital economy. You know, people all over the world are studying this right now, and they're recognizing that digital assets can be used to purchase traditional financial assets, and it can be approved by regulatory bodies in large economies like Australia. So stay tuned. This is just starting to happen. And remember that it started with Penta. You heard it here first. Now, we have a relationship with a group called Hash Incubator, and also on August 16th, Monsieur Bauer, who I mentioned a moment ago, our resident French member of the tech team, he participated in a workshop with Hash Incubator. Hash Incubator is a really cool platform. If you guys don't know them, please check them out. They are an incubator, accelerator kind of ecosystem, and they're helping a bunch of projects to develop blockchain in the blockchain space. I think they have both permission and public blockchain decentralized applications that they're working with. And we're really excited to be working with them to do workshops on how to build successful blockchain technology, and also to inform their developers about the Penta blockchain. So as you know, Penta blockchain is going to be released later this year. There is our very handsome Monsieur Bauer doing the workshop with Hash Incubator. And there's going to be more workshops coming up. So if you are a member of Hash Incubator, or you are interested in getting involved or learning more about how to build an application for the Penta blockchain, you know, take a look at our schedule. And as I said, we will be working with Hash Incubator to provide workshops to their community, both about permission blockchain and public blockchain decentralized applications. So that's kind of a basic roundup of the main marketing points today. Now, last week we also had Chinese Valentine's Day, which was on, I guess it was on Qixi, which is the Chinese Valentine's Day. So that just happened a few days ago. We had a little hype project for them in our Chinese community. So I want to just wish all of our Chinese community members a very happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you all had somebody special to spend it with. And today, August 20th, I looked at my calendar, is Eid. So I also want to take a moment to just wish all of our community members and everybody out there who celebrates this holiday a very happy Eid. So with that, this is the start of a new series that we'll be doing every week just to bring you by video the updates on the Penta blockchain project. This is David coming to you from our San Francisco office. By the way, one thing before we go, we will be having a small get-together with the members of the Penta developer community here in San Francisco this upcoming Saturday. I believe that is the 25th. I think that's the 25th. Let's take a look. Yeah, 25th. So if you are in town, we're looking at the afternoon. Final dates will be locked in today, and we will send that around. So if you are in the developer community locally in the Bay Area, or a Penta stakeholder or enthusiast, please come out and join us. We will be having a rooftop party with some free beverages. So thank you very much for paying attention. We'll be publishing all these weekly report videos on our official YouTube, so you can check it there every week. We will still be publishing the written version, so you can receive that as well. And so I will be checking in with you guys next week. Thank you very much. And as always, we welcome ideas, comments, suggestions from our community. So please feel free to leave your comments in the space below or to send them to us through our community groups. Everybody have a great week.